Hey guys, this is Sandy. Today I want to do a video for you on what are the 6 most expensive home repairs. Let's get into it. So we know that having a home is a beautiful thing to have. You could build equity, you could pass it on to your generations, going down, your children, their kids, all that great stuff. So today we want to examine, if I'm thinking of buying a home or if I have a home, what are the 6 most expensive repairs that I'm going to encounter when I'm a homeowner? Okay, what am I going to look forward to? Well, we know that homes need to be maintained. You have to maintain your home as you go along, but there are some repairs you need to look forward to. And if you're a buyer, these are the 6 most important things you want to look towards if you're buying a home, to make sure these, when you do your home inspection, you got to figure out what condition are these things in. Now, as you notice, the last few videos I have my hair in a ponytail, right? I'm digressing now, because I've been learning to swim and I'm so proud of myself. I am like really getting great. I could flip, I could, dive in the water, all that great stuff. And now I'm learning to tread. I'm so grateful for me. Yeah, I'm so happy about that. Anyway, let me get into it. So one of the most expensive repair you'll have in your home is going to be roof repair. And if you're in the Florida area, any area that's prone to hurricane, that's a big deal, because hurricanes tend to take people's roofs off or shingles off and all that great stuff. And there's a huge deal here in Florida, since we've had so many hurricanes back to back and a lot of people's roof has been damaged. It got to the point where insurance companies were leaving the state because they didn't want to have to cover the roof damages. So now insurance companies are now dividing what caused the roof damage between if it's a hurricane damage versus a wind damage and all that great stuff. So a roof repair is going to be expensive. If you could get your insurance company to cover a roof repair, that'd be great. But if you have to cover it, it's going to be a lot of money. So you may want to think about what kind of roof lasts the most or lasts the longest, right? Tile roofs last very long. Zinc lasts longer than shingles, is what I've been told. I don't know, I'm not a roofer. And also there's now this combination of tile and shingle. I forgot the name of it. I've seen this new report where they're having this combination of shingle and tile to roof as a roof, which should be stronger than just regular vinyl. Because the regular shingle, the regular shingle roof, when it's windy, the wind gets under the shingles and lift it up, and then you lose shingles and all that great stuff. So a tile roof is good. A slab roof even better, but the slab roof, the house will have to be built that way in any event. So in our area, a typical shingle roof probably lasts 5 to 10 years, to be honest. I know in New York it should last 30 years, and in some of the areas it should last longer. But because of the hurricane, all the stuff that comes in the Florida area, after going over 10 years with the same roof, you may want to reinforce it or do some things to maintain it, because at that point, insurance companies start to look at it as if you're going to pay more premium because the roof is older. With a tile roof, you got to maintain a tile roof. You got to power wash it ever so often. But the tile roof typically lasts longer than the shingle roof does. But roof repairs is going to be a big deal. So if you're really living the home, you want to make sure your roof is being maintained. If you're looking to buy a home, you want to make sure you know what condition the roof is in, because that's going to be a big expense for you. The number 2, guess what number 2 is? Number 2 is replacing your central air conditioning system or furnace. It's becoming more and more expensive for this repair. What I would recommend is be sure to have a home warranty insurance, right, on the home. So that means if the air conditioning system or the furnace goes down, you could put in a bid request to have it fixed or replaced based upon that. So examine what home warranty companies you're with, see if they have a limit as to how much they'll cover. Because the thing is too, with air conditioning system, they have Freon. And a lot of times the home warranty company do not cover the Freon. So they might say, we're going to cover the replacement, but you're going to have to buy your own Freon and all that great stuff. So we need to know where we are with that. We definitely want to have a home warranty. If you're already a homeowner, I would suggest that. If you're looking to buy a home, I would also suggest you ask the seller if they'll give you a home warranty, or you get one for yourself. Maybe your agent might give you one. In our company, we do home warranty for each of our buyers. That way they have peace of mind. You could do it for a year, 2 years, but each year you want to renew it. And with a home warranty insurance, you just pay the deductible of $100, $125, and then you'll get your air conditioning system fixed or replaced. Unfortunately, there's no home warranty for roof. Some home warranty might give some roof repair, but it really isn't much, to be honest. And another thing you got to be careful with is if you're going to buy a home, or if you're thinking of doing solar on the roof, because that becomes a huge issue. A lot of times, the insurance company do not want to cover roof damage if there's solar panels on that roof, and that's a big deal for us here in Florida. So you got to be very careful with that. If you are thinking of getting solar, you need to find from the solar company if any damage is done to the roof, or you're going to take care of it, because it becomes a ping pong. The solar company wants the insurance company to take care of it. The insurance company wants the solar company to take care of it, and it's ping pong, and you're stuck in the middle with a damaged roof. So you got to be careful with that. The third thing is when you have to repair ceiling and walls that are water damaged. So if you had a leak in your home, a flood or something, and the ceiling and the walls get damaged, most of the time you got to cut that whole thing out, and you got to dry it out to make sure there's no mold. And there are companies for this, and these companies are not cheap. The minute you call the company, you tell them, hey, I had a flood or I had water damage, they're going to cut out way more than what's damaged, because they want to make sure there's no mold spreading in the surrounding areas. So that's the third most expensive thing. And any of these things could be more expensive than the other. I'm just going by a little order here of what it should be. But based upon the extent of the damage, the ceilings and the roof could be very, very bad, because they have to cut out the area, they have to dry it out, they got to put new insulation in, they got to put new walls in, especially water coming from one story down to the next story. That's like one of the most expensive things, in that category. All right, who want to guess what number 4 is? Number 4 most expensive thing for your home repair is replacing a hot water heater. And you might say, oh my God, replacing a hot water heater is not that expensive. It can be. It can be, especially if the hot water tank was leaking and caused more damage, which leads us back into our ceiling and wall damage, water damage, right? So hot water replacement is a big deal. Again, if you had a home warranty though, home warranty insurance will cover hot water replacement and will also cover air conditioning or furnace replacement as well. Number 5 is damage from termite. And a lot of times you might think a property is built with stucco, could there be termite? But these deadly termites find their way through things. So you always want to make sure you get a termite inspection. And if there is termite, make sure you're doing termite treatments. The home might have a termite bond. So if you're buying the home, maybe the seller has a termite bond that could be transferred over to you, or you could buy your own termite bond. For new construction, most builders will do the termite and then they'll give you the bond, and you just got to keep renewing it yearly for them to come out and inspect. If you already have a home and you have termite, you want to call a termite company and kick that in the butt real quickly. Get control over that, because a termite could eat your whole home down. And it was shocking to me one time when I was in the middle of a home inspection and they found out that termite, this is so crazy. So you know how a lot of times people put mulch against their house, so they have mulch against the foundation, and there's grass after the mulch, and then there's the sprinklers. So the sprinkler come on and they're watering the grass, and there's some water going onto the mulch. Well, one termite company told me that that's a big haven for termite. They get into the mulch, it's watered, the mulch keep getting wet by the sprinkler, it get moist, and next thing you know, the termite was actually eating the window frame. So there's a big window, and below the window was drywall. Well, the termite was eating up through the drywall. So we had to take that whole thing out, jack the window up, and replace that whole section right there. So I often tell my clients, don't put mulch against your house. If you're in an HOA and they will allow you to put stone against your house, I would recommend putting stone. You could put the mulch around areas that's not around the foundation of your home, even if you have gutters. So even with gutters, you don't want to put mulch, because mulch gets wet. The wet wood attracts termite. The termites start eating at the mulch, and next you know, they get in under your foundation of your home and start eating your home. This is really, really a big deal, guys. Really and truly. A lot of people don't know. As a matter of fact, when we called the termite company out, they told us that they had so much problems in that same development that we were in, and that's the reason, the mulch. Because a lot of HOA, if they cover landscaping, they just put mulch against the foundation because that's cheap, right? It's cheaper than putting stone. But either you got to use a rubber mulch, which they're not going to use, so you're going to have to use it, or stone, or no mulch at all. And make sure you have gutters. Super important. All right, so damage from termites. So the number 6, last but not least, is repairing your foundation, because that could be a very expensive thing if they have to jack the house up to repair your foundation. Especially, and it depends, if it's the deck or the front or a part of it, that's great. But if it's the whole thing, that's a big deal. So repairing your foundation. So these are the 6 things you want to make sure you keep in mind. If you already have your home, make sure you're getting those inspected and maintained. If you're looking to buy a home, make sure that you're looking at these things. It's roof repairs, replacing central AC or furnace, replacing your hot water tank, replacing damage, if you have to replace anything from damage from termite, if you have to fix any ceiling or walls from water damage, and also repairing your foundation. Okay, I think I covered it all. Thank you so much for listening, guys. You could put in the comment below any other things that you could come up with that you think is a main item that I may have missed. My number is somewhere up there. You can call and text us at any time. We do a lot of consultation work for free, complimentary. So if you have any questions that you want answered on a real estate perspective, let us know, okay? And I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.